Is this the most beautiful island in the Atlantic Ocean? Welcome to Madeira.
Also known as the Island of Flowers, Madeira captivates visitors with its diverse landscapes, breathtaking hiking trails, dramatic cliffs, and mild temperatures year-round. But it's no longer a hidden gem. In 2024, more than 2.2 million visitors came to the island of just 250,000 residents, making tourism-related problems almost inevitable. Now, it's even necessary to reserve a spot to access some hiking trails.
Let's check out how crowded Madeira really is. We'll try some of the most popular spots, but I'm also going to show you where to go to avoid the masses.
The Portuguese island of Madeira lies in the Atlantic Ocean about 1,000 kilometers from mainland Portugal. Its largest city is Funchal. Almost every visitor ends up here at least once. For many, especially cruise ship passengers, it's their first introduction to the island.
We are in shoulder season, but as you can see, there are already 2 cruise ships in the harbor carrying around 4,000 passengers.
Sometimes they all arrive at once and head straight for Funchal's old town. It's easy to see why. The colorful facades and painted doors are charming. But the narrow streets can quickly feel crowded. My next stop is the market hall, popular with tourists, thanks in part to the beautiful tile murals at the entrance and in the courtyard. Inside, you'll find vegetables, fruit, fish, and plenty steep prices targeting tourists. At times, it feels uncomfortably crowded. But how do other visitors feel here?
A lot of people, all of a sudden, all coming together, isn't it?
It feels fine. We've been at sea for 3 days, so this is our first stop. I don't mind people because we're all tourists.
When you come now, it's crowded because everybody is now here. But when you come in the afternoon, it's less crowded.
Hier in Funchal sind auf jeden Fall sehr viele Touristen. Wir waren gestern Morgen den Sonnenaufgang am Pico del Arriero gucken. Da waren wirklich, ich würde schätzen, an die 1000 Leute.
But let's head out of the city center. The terrain quickly becomes steep and hilly. If that feels like too much, you can always take the cable car, but be prepared to wait. Lucky me, no long line today. The ride up to the picturesque hilltop village of Monte takes about 15 minutes. Once you arrive, you are rewarded with a beautiful view over the Bay of Funchal. You can also visit the neighboring Monte Palace Tropical Garden, home to more than 100,000 plant species from around the world. These flamingos are very popular with tourists. Just a short walk away, another popular attraction awaits me. A ride on the traditional toboggans, though it's not ideal if you are tight on time.
So there's one line to buy the tickets and another line to ride the toboggans, so that's gonna take a while.
I have to wait 30 minutes before it starts, which gives me plenty of time to wonder if I made the right decision to take this fast ride. Fortunately, I don't have to steer the sled myself. 2 drivers, known as carreros, take care of that. Now it's my turn and I set out at more than 40 kilometers per hour. I hope we make all the turns.
Okay, this definitely gets the adrenaline pumping.
The carreros use the thick rubber soles of their shoes to brake. Once we reach the bottom, my knees are still a bit shaky. Back in Funchal, it feels pretty crowded. The city has many Airbnbs and short-term accommodations. Does this lead to the same kinds of housing problems that other tourism hotspots face? I meet Eduardo, who is responsible for tourism on the island, to learn more.
There is not a negative impact because all the island is a place to stay. And the people could stay overnight in Funchal, in other different cities. There is no concentration of people and there is no problems like that in Madeira.
It's a bit hard for me to believe, but Eduardo himself explains that there are restrictions on holiday rentals on the island.
Early in the morning for breakfast. here in Funchal it's not possible to get a license to a rental in the buildings where the locals are living. So this is the first step to give some calm and tranquility to the locals one.
And there's something else new. Visitors now have to reserve access to some hiking trails in advance and even book specific time slots.
We create slots during the day, 30 minutes for which one. And with this new rule is the solution to stay during all the day in the same places without the concentration that happened some months ago in the last year.
Reserving a hiking spot? First time I've heard that. I booked a spot for the 25 Fontes Trail, one of the most popular routes. It costs €4.50 per person. The morning time slots are already fully booked, several days in advance. The next day I set off. Even finding a parking at 10 a.m. is almost impossible, and more people keep arriving.
I wonder what other people think about those measures to curb mass tourism.
Some hikers I spoke to weren't sure how the reservation system worked and came here anyway, hoping to hike without booking in advance.
Wenn man das gewusst hätte, dann wären wir vielleicht nicht dahin gegangen, hierher zum Wandern.
Weil also dahin fahre, den Weg da auf sich nehme, das war für uns ja auch 34 Kilometer, finde ich dann einfach irgendwie schade. Also müsste besser kommuniziert sein, finde ich.
Luckily, I have a ticket, although no one checked it. Apparently, inspections only happen sporadically. Still, other hikers don't seem entirely happy with the reservation requirement either.
Wir waren nämlich gestern auch schon wandern, da waren wir ziemlich kaputt. Und dann haben wir eigentlich erst gedacht, okay, wir nehmen jetzt den Wanderweg von heute nicht mehr oder tauschen die, aber man kann ja auch nicht mehr stornieren. Deswegen ist das ein bisschen doof.
It makes it less spontaneous, of course. So, like we knew at the last minute, and the website is not the best one too, so it was complicated and we lost a good amount of time.
The path is wide at the start, and aside from the occasional group of hikers, there's plenty of space to take in the wildlife and enjoy the view. I meet Eli Kolb from Germany, who has an insider tip. She's been living on Madeira for 2 years and leads hikes here. We check out a trail a few minutes away that leads to the same destination as the one I just visited and has way less people.
Der Punkt hier ist nicht auf Google Maps und nicht so sehr auf Instagram bekannt, deshalb ist es deutlich einfacher.
Aber genauso schön.
Ja, genauso schön.
Although I still have to make a reservation and pay the fee, I can choose any time slot I like. And we have the trail almost all to ourselves. Once or twice a week, Eli offers guided hikes for tourists. It's her way of counteracting mass tourism.
Ich habe meinen Blog ja auch so ein bisschen darauf ausgerichtet, dass ich die weniger überlaufenden und nicht nur die Top-Spots mache. Dann nehme ich eine alternative Route mit ihnen zum Beispiel, dass man so ein bisschen ein Mix aus den Spots, die jeder sehen möchte, hat, aber trotzdem nicht dem Massenpfad entlangläuft. Ja.
What are your ideas to avoid the crowds of tourists? Let us know in the comments.